This is the new R5 from Renault, and you've seen it before on this channel, but we haven't yet driven it. So that's why we've come to Nice to finally get behind the wheel of what could be one of Renault's biggest moments in time. This could be their Mini moment, when Mini was brought back from the dead in the early 2000s, or when Fiat rekindled the 500 to such massive success. Is it going to be that good? Well, that's what I'm here to eagerly find out. But I've brought a friend of mine with me who I do value the opinion of. It's Greg James.
And as a Renault and South of France enthusiast, I had to be here. Ever since you told me about this, I have been so excited to get behind the wheel, and I can't believe we're finally about to do it.
It's going to happen. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out around France, work out whether this car is worthy of being a revolutionary Renault product. I'm Jonny Smith. This is Greg James.
Thanks for the invitation. This is Le Late Break Show en France.
Oh God, it's awful. Awful, you flute.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's easier. We're getting smoked.
You've just been overtaken by a duster.
Base model as well.
He's left you for duster.
Yeah.
Have you hidden the cock in the boot?
There is the cock in the boot now. This episode is proudly supported by driverreviews.com, Europe's largest verified independent tyre reviews platform. Gregory, let's go on a trip to a boulangerie.
We've been, and I've got snacks for the journey. You know, everyone's going on about the Renault 5 being one of the great French inventions.
Yeah.
That's actually not true, because the actual...
Oh gosh, what have you got in there?
The best.
Some glossy mess.
The best French invention is the flan.
Shit, man, that's really, really thick and
It's
wet.
Wobbly. Do you like egg?
I do like egg.
Do you like custard?
I like custard a lot of the time. I'm a bit picky when it comes to custard. It's got to be quality.
You all like this?
Will I?
Yeah. Try that.
Where do we go?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Into it?
There's a lot of moisture there, but in a good way.
Let the adventure begin.
Anyway, back to business. There's a freaking 2CV.
Well, I can't do anything in France without having flan first.
Are you a big flan man?
Huge flan man. I'm a huge French man.
Apart from the fact that you're
I'm not French.
You don't have any French
No.
heritage?
No.
No, for me neither.
No. This is very exciting, isn't it?
Renault 5, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to this for ages.
Yeah.
Because really, France is where I fell in love with cars, I think. Because my obsession, which used to be completely secret, is now becoming less secret, is that I'm obsessed with old French cars, or just French cars really.
Greg first appeared on The Late Break Show when we chatted about car life whilst driving around in his BMW E34 M5 that I helped him buy. Watch that video if you haven't already. It's a good one.
And when I saw this, when you sent it to me, I thought, oh my God, they've remembered to make a fun car.
Do you know what it is? They are the kings and queens of utilitarian chic.
Yeah.
Making it cool to be simple, functional, and I'm not going to say disposable, but by that I mean they're not obsessed with luxury, huge statement cars.
Yeah.
They are a statement, that just not in a way that in the UK we've become really obsessed with just everything being as luxurious and big as possible.
Well, the French are understated cool anyway.
Yeah.
They don't really have to try too hard to be cool aesthetically.
No.
France is full of, little corners of things that look cool and chic. And I mean, chic, literally the word chic
Yes.
is French.
Yeah. I thought Nile Rodgers invented it. I thought it was...
I mean, one of my favourite ever cars, maybe my favourite ever car, is the Renault 25.
I
think I've talked to you about it a lot before.
Yeah, and I love it. The number of WhatsApp pictures you sent me of Renault 25s is disturbing. Actually.
Well, you always feed that obsession of mine by sending me like, you go, oh look, we found a Monaco, or
yeah, it was a clean one as well.
Yeah, but
top spec grot.
It's really lovely that you invited me here today on this pilgrimage, because the last time I was in Nice would have been with my mum and dad.
Oh really?
On a family holiday, when I was probably 9, I guess, and we would do the classic drive to the south of France, you know, aspirational holidays for middle-class families who couldn't really afford it.
Yeah, it's cool though.
They're like, let's drive down, and I fell in love with all French cars, really.
So you came to Nice in your mum and dad's Renault 25,
and Dad scraped the side panel at the car park in the airport when we were picking up my sister, who was a bit older than me and flew in, and it's still to this day the most chilling noise I've ever heard. I was in the back going, Dad, stop!
and it was just going.
And actually, the airport's still got the same lanes are there, very narrow lanes, and it was the barrier around there.
Hey.
And I sent my dad a picture and said, "Guess where I am?" And he went, "Ah, yes, I recognise the barrier."
No way.
Yeah.
There's 5 colours that you can get the R5 in.
Uh-huh.
We've got 2 of them here. Obviously, we've been driving the yellow one, which is probably my favourite, probably. We've got the green one.
My favourite.
Definitely.
100%. So this. Or
Duh.
this.
Or this.
Well, we're looking at your shoes and we know which one you prefer.
I think I'm going lemon. But the reason why I brought these 2 things along is because I just thought it would be fun to go, if you're definitely going to go for that,
Yeah.
you need to eat a lime.
A whole one.
Well, you know, I cut it in half and let you have a go on it.
Okay, I'll eat a lime.
And then if I'm definitely going for this,
Yeah.
and I don't know why I'm going to do this, I'll have a large segment of lemon to prove my commitment.
Okay, well, I'll commit.
Shall we?
I'll commit.
The other thing is where is it? Oh, it's in my pocket here. The other thing is I realised that I actually don't have a knife because we're going hand luggage on the plane.
Right.
Can't carry knives. So I've got a nail file.
Call that a knife.
Well, so I'm going to cut it.
Don't cut it on the bonnet.
No, because I was going to use this as like a chopping board, but it's not for that, is it? Because
You're watching a man cutting a lemon on a mountainside with a nail file.
do you know there's a serious message to this, Greg?
Is there? I'd like to hear it.
The serious message is that it's good that cars are colourful, available in colourful hues, because there's too many boring bastard coloured cars.
Yep.
Or do you know what? In the spirit of sort of brotherhood, what we could do is you could have half a lemon and we'll have half a lemon and half a lime.
Yeah, segment each.
Or are you sticking to your limes?
No, I'd have a segment each, because I can, my opinion changes often. Let's make another serious point. If we're sharing a bit of a lime and a bit of a lemon each, then that shows collaboration.
Harmony.
And unity, harmony.
Yes.
It looks a bit ropey, that lime, doesn't it?
I'll have the ropey one.
And that's, I guess, what's happened here with these cars, isn't it?
Yeah.
That people have collaborated and they're looking at the old and the new, and they're I'm just trying to put off just saying words so I don't have to eat the lime.
Right, ready?
You're not eating all of it, are you?
I was gonna squeeze it in from above.
What a strange man.
Ready? I'm gonna do lime first because I know lemon's gonna be worse. No, do lemon worse because lime will be easier. I don't know.
We need a tequila and some salt.
Ready?
And then, what, are we squeezing the lemon in first?
Lemon, ready?
Oh, we should have done cheers. Cheers. Lime now. Oh, I can already feel the ulcers.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fantastic.
That's easier. That's easier than the lemon, I think.
Both together is. Why are you doing this?
I just thought it was funny.
Why did you said to me, we're going to review a car and I'm going to suck lemons on a hillside?
Oh, God, it's really ropey. It's incredibly ropey. It's my idea, I've got to see it out.
What's that proved?
It's proved that you shouldn't buy cars in boring colours. You should embrace colour in your lives. Seriously, though.
Oh, yeah, seriously now. Yeah.
Seriously, though.
Seriously.
Both, they look incredible in both these colours. And although it's going to be a lot of black and blue ones, I would like to think that if this car is successful, people will be bold with their choices.
You can't be boring and make this car.
No. I was going to say to you, right, so the first thing I've noticed about this R5, because we should talk about the R5, what with it being the Renault 5 launch, how well it rides. It rides unbelievably well. There's this thing which a lot of us nerdy, boring journalists do, is the sort of like 50 metre or 100 metre test. Sometimes maybe it's the same with things like songs actually. Sometimes as soon as you set off in it and you start, you get that feeling like this is right. It's been dialed in right. It's been engineered right. And I was worried that the Renault 5 was going to be a bit too firm and a bit too urgent, and it's not. In fact, it rides to me like a Golf, and that is, look, going over speed ramps and things. That's high praise.
Well, it feels very together. It's very sturdy, like a Golf. It feels sort of thick. You know what I mean? It's like bit.
Yeah. Substantial.
Substantial. Yeah. It's been thought about deeply. The whole car. I think that's the thing. That's what I was really. What were you pointing at?
That was a VW, a very late Carman convertible Beetle, curved windscreen, 1303. That's McPherson strut front end, not torsion beam. But you know, I'm here all week.
When I got in it, I thought it feels exactly as I hoped it would feel.
Yeah.
It feels vibrant and fun, but also expensive.
Yeah,
you know,
it does.
It feels like they actually.
Yeah.
You know what they say on about with TV shows? They go, you can see the money on the screen.
Yeah.
The money's on the screen. And actually, it feels like the money's in the car. It does feel like they've actually bothered to make it look nice and feel nice.
Yeah.
Like even the sort of the padded stuff
well,
here.
Look at the
padded ceiling.
Yeah,
and
the padded headliner I like.
Yeah, nice.
No, I was worried the same because this is not an expensive car. In fact, it's really keenly priced. 23 grand it starts at.
It's definitely a Renault as well.
Yeah?
It feels like it does feel like it's got the old.
Oh, yes.
It's got the old volume sort of stack here.
I was gonna test you on that, but you've clocked it already from the passenger seat because I can't see it from the driver's seat. That's a heritage stalk.
The joy of that little stalk is you don't need to see it.
No, you don't.
You feel it.
You do feel it, and it's a nice thing to feel actually.
Yeah.
This is a stalk-heavy car.
It is stalk heavy. Yeah, this reminds me. I mean, this was present in my first car that I ever drove, which was my mum's Clio. So that's similar.
Yeah.
What's not similar is this slightly strange lipstick thing.
Yep.
And that is deliberately a lipstick, isn't it? Design.
Yeah.
And that's the gear stick.
The gear selector thing, and it's quite prominent.
Gear selector.
So, you're expecting to be able to press the end of it because it's got that lovely Renault logo, the new one, and a translucent bit. But you don't press it. There is no park. There's R, N, D, and B. And it's weird because there's the selector there. So you end up fiddling around with it and then going, what am I doing?
D and B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting smoked by
You've just
a
been
Duster.
overtaken by a Duster.
Base model as well.
He's left you for Duster.
Yeah.
You have just been absolutely, your pants have been pulled down by a Duster. That's...
I'm taking in the view, Greg.
No, that's fine, but you do have to keep up with the flow of traffic, okay?
So talking of which, right, flow,
Yeah.
this little multi-sense button, that puts
What does
you
that
in, it goes through the driving modes.
Oh, I see,
Eco, Sport, Personal, yeah. Comfort. Personal is when you can dial in your own favourite settings.
I see you've selected Sport.
Sports. Now this is not quick, because we're in a world of like 2 second to 62 Teslas and things.
Yeah.
This is like 8 seconds to 62, which is old school hot hatch.
I mean, look, we talk about this a lot. How fast do you need it to go? Where are you driving?
Yeah.
You're not.
What are you doing with it?
You're not at the Nürburgring.
Of course, the Alpine version of this car, which is essentially the Renault Sport version of this car, the A290, is imminently coming out. I've already done a first look walk around of that. If you haven't seen that video, you should have a look at it. This car's going to be 250 horsepower. It's going to be firmer, wider track, just that little bit more hardcore in every respect. When we're going around town and I had it in comfort mode, which is what I think it defaults to, the steering's very light.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, is it going to be too light when you're on it, driving a little faster?
I see.
But it weights up beautifully, and it feels right. But this multi-link rear suspension thing that Renault have always been harping on about.
Yeah. Why are they harping on about it so much? Is it actually good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why are they so obsessed with it?
Because it makes the ride more mature for a smaller car. A short wheelbase car tends to feel a little bit stumbly, especially on the motorway and stuff.
Oh my God! I mean, my i3S is. I mean, I love it to death. I would have to find something really amazing to replace it with. Maybe it's this.
So that's one of the reasons why I brought you here today. Bloody, what's that?
No, Grot Yard.
Yeah, there was something in there.
As we're driving around France, when we see some old French grot, as you would say.
Yeah, there's not.
Is that an old Mondeo?
That's a Mondeo. Hang on, there's a Laguna.
All hail the prince of cars, the Laguna.
You
The
love
Laguna.
a Laguna.
I love a Laguna. So much.
Say that to the camera. Tell the people how you feel.
It was luxurious enough. Understated French car. Powerful. There was a big V6 version of it.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Right? But no one would ever suspect it. And those are my favourite types of cars.
And it went on to be. No one predicted that it would have become one of the coolest touring cars of all time.
I would have done. I would have predicted.
Jason
me and
Plato.
Me and Plates would have.
You and Plates.
But he loved them, right?
Look at someone's used old decking. They cut the back off a Toyota Land Cruiser and used patio decking.
Yeah, mad, brilliantly mad French design. That's what we love.
Well, as we go around these, these villages to get up into the mountains. I know you said it before, which I thought was extremely poignant. Like, no French manufacturer does like big, bloaty SUV.
No.
Kind of wank pantsers, as some people call them. Well, you know what I mean?
There isn't. There's not a French 4x4. There's not a Range Rover, is there?
No.
Because they've realised they don't need them.
Sorry, that's a 205 van.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw one?
5 seconds ago. But that's the first time I've ever seen one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of retro in this for you and I and people older than us. But if you were a 12-year-old kid walking to school this morning and you'd seen us driving by, it doesn't matter if you've got no reference point of old Renaults.
No.
You look at it and go, that looks cool, it looks interesting, and it looks different. But not only that, is what I love about this thing is it doesn't come at the cost of some practicality. This has got a really big boot for the size of the car.
Yeah.
It's a really comfortable car. It's got 2 battery choices, which is all the things that like a lot of cars which have come close to this haven't done. Honda E. Love the Honda E. You know I love the Honda E. The Honda E was the first video I ever put on the Late Break Show.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised you picked that because I know you and I share a love of cars with personality.
Yeah.
And the Honda E does look like a lovely little robot friend, doesn't it?
Does,
It probably reminds you of Johnny 5 from Short Circuit a little bit.
Yes.
It's got the lovely sort of eyes full of personality.
It does.
And the similar thing with this actually. But the Renault 5 has a personality, the original, doesn't it?
It does.
It's synonymous with olden days France.
Yeah.
And is inbuilt in their culture as a phenomenon, really. What was it, 9 million
They made 9 million
units sold, basically.
Yeah, 72.
9 million cars.
That's a lot.
Of the same thing for a long What's he up to?
Well, he's taking it wide because it's a switchback.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that. He's Hango.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I would have liked to have tipped it into that corner a bit more. Look at this.
That's amazing.
Effing.
Amazing.
Do you want a croissant?
Oh,
It's a bit cliche, but you know.
Bien sûr. Merci.
Look at that. Look at the swirl on that. But now, got to remind people of what this car is about. You're probably thinking, okay, so what is it? Well, it's under 4 meters long. It's built on a bespoke chassis that's specifically for electric cars, so it's not based on the Zoe. Renault have been in the electric game a long time. People forget that. The Zoe was a really good car. It wasn't cool, but it was good. So Renault have just gone out and gone, we're launching this, 90% accurate to the concept car. Wow. And they're bringing out a Renault 4 electric. Looks like this. And they're bringing out a Twingo, car that you love.
Love the Twingo. That was one of the first cars that I fell in love with when I was a kid.
Yeah.
In France. It's like, where does this come from?
Yeah.
Why isn't this not in the UK?
And the Renault Scenic is European Car of the Year. That's fully electric. The Megane Electric is a really good electric car. I enjoyed driving that one and reviewing that one. So, you know, Renault are really going hard on the EV thing, but with flamboyance. And that's where we come to this. So you can get this in 2 battery sizes, 40 kilowatt hours and 52, I think. This is the 52, so this will do 250, 55 miles WLTP range. Other ones like 186 miles. 8 seconds to 62, so not blistering, but not slow. They all get 100%, I think, recycled plastic bottle interiors, which are delightful. All get Google infotainment, which is, you know, good and reliable. And they're all front-wheel drive with fully independent rear suspension, which everyone's cooing about, if you like corners and, you know, nice damping. But what does it look like, Greg? I want to know what you think of the front end, first of all.
Looks like a classic Renault. They've done a really great job. The little drip on the headlamps. That's really nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
With this display here, which is the battery display, there's no need for this. And that's great.
Yeah.
There's not enough of that in car design.
No.
We're doing it because we think it's fun. Proportion-wise,
Oh man,
I mean,
check the
they've
profile.
nailed it, right?
The profile, come round. This is not a big car. Wheels are right out into the edges, no overhangs at all. And it's got these pronounced kind of creases over the arches, which are probably a bit of a callback to the Turbo, on the Turbo 2. So the batteries are all down there, but it doesn't sort of look like it's sitting on stilts or anything. I mean, I did the walk round of it when I first got a studio look at it, and it's just, I still think it's ace. And you love the font of the number 5.
I do, yeah. There's a real, obviously there's a retro feel to this anyway, because that's the 5 logo on the Renault 5, but there's an added bit of nostalgia. I don't know if it's accidental or somebody who was on the team loves Thunderbirds, but it screams Thunderbirds to me for some reason.
Yeah.
The font style, the era, I guess, of that font.
Yeah, it's on the roof on this one.
It's on the roof here. It's consistent in the lamps as well. They've got the same kind of jaggedy design on that, and it's echoed here as well. And it feels like they've just really thought about it. Whereas the front reminds me of a bit more of the 2nd generation Clio.
Yeah.
To me, that's what it immediately went, oh, it looks a bit like a 2nd gen Clio, which was my first car.
Yeah.
Well, my mum's car, which I drove. The back, I think, looks way more like the old Renault 5.
Yes.
It's much closer to what it used to look.
2nd gen Renault 5, you know, the one with the GT Turbo.
Yes.
Yeah.
This little mound here is nice. It's lovely, isn't it?
I love the tailgate. It's so smooth, and the rear window is sort of flush. And you've got a little...
It's like an infinity pool.
Yeah, it's just really nice. And it's got I know it's weird, but it's actually got a wiper. So many electric cars don't these days on the back. And it's got a little tiny shelf spoiler with that kind of frosted finish red coach line, and I love this.
Yeah.
Do you like this little banner? And again, that lovely font that you were talking about.
But John, I'm going to call you John. John,
Okay.
tell us about the boot.
The boot is class leading, Greg. Thanks for asking. It's 326 litres. It's not a flat entry point. It's got quite a deep ledge going on in there, but it's good. There's enough. There's a little area down there for your cables. Everyone wants an area for your cable, and I'm really impressed with that because normally these sorts of size cars, especially electric cars, where high voltage is under the floor, that suffers.
I could get in that. What is it?
326
litres.
Yeah.
I'm 321 litres.
What?
So I could fit in there.
No human has ever measured themselves in litres.
I have.
Maybe Carol Vorderman, because she was doing some sort of mathematical equation. You actually can get in that. Oh, are you going to get into a sort of sleeping cat position, Greg? It's very... I mean, this is weird. We're in an area of outstanding natural beauty.
There you go.
And there's cyclists. Ready? Bye then. There you go. It's big enough for Greg James, who's tall. How tall are you?
6'4".
Are you going to be able to get out of there?
I'm not entirely sure.
Do you need a hand? Do you want a hand?
I think this might be we can cut away from this.
There we go. So it's only 150 horsepower, this thing.
Can I give it a little razz on the gravel?
Were you warming the tyres up?
I just want to warm the tyres a bit. I just wanted to feel it. I just want to feel something. Yeah, it is nippy, isn't it? It's not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a. Yeah, it's really sticking to the road. Oh, I like this a lot.
It's just confidence inspiring and really, well put together. There's a hairpin coming up, I think. I can't remember where it is. But I'm not a nervous passenger.
Are you a bit?
No.
Hey!
A Renault Clio with a sun strip.
But it had, rally sun strip.
Oh, that's the avatar that's called Renault. And when you say Renault, it appears and wants to help you.
It's very, and this will be a reference point for a very particular age demographic. That Renault guy, the little thing, is like the paperclip on Microsoft Word.
I knew you were going to say this.
Isn't it?
I used to swear.
Got a little flash. Was that a flash from a Megane?
That's a new Megane, yeah.
New Megane.
They knew. They bloody knew.
Do you know what's inspired the shape of the new Megane, don't you?
No.
The Velsatis.
It does look at the front end.
It looks like a Velsatis.
It does look quite Velsatis-y.
And that's not a bad thing because, as we know, velocity and satisfaction guaranteed.
This is
doing regen braking down a hill.
Right. Tell me what you think of the brake pedal feel, because
very, very twitchy.
It's
urgent. Close.
It's close. It's really close. I like a close pedal. Some people don't. It's quite a personal thing.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get progressive brake pedal feel on an EV. BMW do it well. Porsche do it really well. I think this is good.
It would take some getting used to. It's very different to my i3S. Not to keep going on about it, but that's my only reference for an EV that I know really well. It's a slightly greasy road surface.
It's been raining like hell for the last 2 or 3 days.
But there's no...
Switch.
No, shove it around this hairpin.
Oh,
see, that is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It goes an extra turn to what you think.
Yeah. It's got a very, very small turning circle. So, which is obviously good when you get into the cities and stuff. And that's the thing. I thought this was going to be more city-centric car and therefore not as good on the open road. But actually, I think that's doing it a disservice. When you drive it on the main roads and things, you feel that level of kind of acoustic quietness and the way it's really nicely damped. That's not just a city car.
I like this noise.
I do. If you drive slowly, you've got the mandatory kind of audible sound.
The whine. I know we've got a queue of people, but this is important. This is.
Have you?
This is.
Yeah, he was involved, wasn't he? that's how French this car is. It's all built in France.
Yeah, nice.
They've really gone for the circular economy thing of going, we're not going to outsource loads of stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, we're going to try and keep it. So it's a local car for not just
For local people.
For local people
Yeah.
and beyond. But it's the economy thing of going, well, we're not going to make it in China. We're going to make it in bloody France.
Yeah.
And the other thing,
And we're going to get Jean-Michel Jarre to do the noises.
we're going to get Jean-Michel Jarre to do the noises.
Yeah.
And I know BMW got Hans Zimmer involved with their.
Bit obvious though, isn't it, to get Hans Zimmer? He's on everything. Whereas Jean-Michel Jarre is obviously very French,
He's extremely French.
but it's a very French booking. Hans Zimmer and the Bing Bing Bimmer.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer in the Zim Zimmer.
Why?
Who's got the keys to my Bimmer?
There must have been a real temptation to have renamed him Hans Bimmer.
Sure, I mean, why didn't they do a campaign?
I don't think they're fun enough to do that. And as a BMW owner,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think
Yeah,
they're
you've
not.
got ownership of that.
They're not fun, really, are they?
No.
She's taking a picture of us.
Yeah.
She's taking a picture because it's a. Anyway,
Because it's bright yellow and it's fun.
I just think this car is going to be massive.
Yeah.
It can't not be. And
Well-
Renault seems to be so excited about it. They're really proud of it, and I think they know, right? They know that it's going to be a big seller. I wonder if there hasn't been a car for the French to be really proud of for a long time. I wonder if they've just had a little bit of an off the boil
Yeah.
era,
Yeah.
because I guess you've got those iconic. You've got the Espace, the Clio. I guess the Megane did really well. The iconic French moments that crossed over and broke through in the UK were, from my lifetime, Thierry Henry with the Clio,
Yeah.
with the Papa, Nicole,
Oh, yeah.
all of that
So
remake. Then the shaking that ass Megane thing,
Yeah. Which I liked.
kind of it.
Yeah.
And really,
Yeah. Do you think we're seeing that moment where Mini relaunched in 2001
Yeah.
and suddenly everyone went, wow, it's retro, but it's cool and it's the Mini again?
certainly.
And Fiat doing that thing with the 500. Is
Yeah.
this Renault's Fiat 500 Mini moment?
But the Renault 5 is the French Mini, isn't
Yeah,
it, in
yeah.
terms of cultural significance?
Yeah. And the first Renault 5 was the first car to have deformable plastic bumpers.
Right.
For Parisian parking, for
Yeah,
bumper. There's a cartoon where it shows them intentionally smacking into other cars because that is the French
Yeah.
way. And whether this is going to get panel damaged in like that, I don't know. But
Well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it, about something which is so beautifully designed and thought through, and pristine in a way. Like the whole campaign of it is, we're cool, we're chic, we're like, clean and crisp and whatever. Get over. Although you are in a Espace, I'll let you off. Was that? It looked maybe no, it wasn't a Grand
Megane
Espace.
seen
Was
it?
Oh, that was an Espace, wasn't it?
yeah, I think it was an Espace.
Yeah, yeah.
It was panel damaged. I noticed that.
Yeah, certainly. Well, they're too big not to get panel damage.
Do you think anyone in France details cars?
I think in France they actually
detail.
I think they de-detail. Yeah, I think they distress their cars. I think they deliberately, like those people who buy new trainers and they go out and put mud on them immediately.
Yeah.
I think you buy a brand new Espace and you curb it, you scrape it against an old wall like that, and you go, now it's my car. Now we can continue, because actually you've taken all the stress away.
Yeah.
Just by
It's
smacking
done.
it into the curb.
It's done now.
Yeah, it's done.
I want to do a cock challenge with you. Don't worry, it's not.
I've told you about this on film.
No,
You can't
no,
do that.
I'm serious.
Kids watch this.
I'm serious. So I wanted to do a cock challenge because the Renault 5, because it's made in France, very proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
There are cockerel motifs
Uh-huh.
on this car.
Yeah.
I want you to do a little treasure hunt,
Oh,
okay?
I've found one cock.
Where?
It's here.
Yes. Okay, so there's a windscreen cock there.
Windscreen cock.
Yeah, that's true. So
It's weirdly, it's sort of a cock in your line of sight. It's like a heads-up display cock.
it's a head-up cock.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Oh, you're going to give me a timer?
Nope.
All right.
But I just want you to work fairly quickly because it'll get boring otherwise, won't it?
Well, you can speed it up.
Oh, I know. A hot and cold game. Warmer, 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 warmer.
Have you hidden the cock in the boot?
There is a cock in the boot now. Warm.
There.
Yes, you found it.
Another cock, another one there.
So double cock in the boot.
2 cocks in the boot.
Yeah, okay. So you can, look, you know, I don't want to give you too many clues, but you could come back to where we started. Just say.
Yeah. I just wanted to double check. Just getting acquainted with the vehicle.
Warmer, very warm, very warm, very warm. Our hand is extremely warm.
Oh, wow, in the headlamp.
There's cocks in the headlights.
That's lovely.
Yeah, there's a double, cock at left
And I imagine
and
there's one here.
yeah, left and right cocks. Yeah,
Nice.
See? The R5 comes as standard on 18-inch wheels and there's 2 styles to choose from. They all also have 195, 55, 18 Continentals. There's a good sidewall there which probably contributes to its comfort. But when it comes to needing new tyres for your car, whether you've got an EV like this, an SUV, a city car, a high-performance sports car, or even a van, making the right tyre choice can be quite a confusing process. And with tyres being so critical for ensuring your safety, driver reviews can help you make the right choice.
I'm Greg James, and I approve this message.
Driver reviews can help reduce the stress of finding new tyres for your car. Partnering with many of the largest tyre retailers in the world, Driver Reviews brings you thousands of verified and unbiased tyre reviews covering all of the leading brands. So when you're searching for new tyres, look out for the Driver Reviews logo to give you peace of mind that the reviews come from real customers just like you. To discover your local Driver Reviews partner website and to find out the winning tyres of this year's Customer Choice Awards, visit driverreviews.com. Oh, look, parked up.
Can I slow down?
Old Shogun. No, Pajero 2-door. Look at that. That's such a, like, my mate's dad when we were at school.
Okay, well, we need a code. You know, you like the word grot, don't you?
I love the word grot.
To describe, you know, slightly scuzzy cars that no one
Downtrodden.
else would really like.
Slightly downtrodden cars,
That not many people like. They would go, oh, that's part of old shit.
Yeah.
But I think in France, this needs to be Le Grot.
Le grot.
Le Grot.
Le grot.
Yeah. Attention, Le Grot.
Attention, yeah.
Attention, Le Grot.
Le grot.
So whenever you see some grot,
Yeah.
it needs to be like a driving examiner
Yeah. Yes.
doing that to an emergency stop.
Yeah.
It's an emergency grot.
Emergency grot.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing an emergency grot.
We're gonna. Okay, we'll do.
Attention, Le Grot.
Le grot.
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt. We will hunt for grot.
What we're looking for. Do you remember that? So when I first came out to France, back in the 90s.
I bet you were wearing.
Hey, attention, Le Grot.
Oh, wow.
Le Tussibet.
Yes. Yes. And
Lovely.
also, 306 convertible.
Yeah.
I love the 306 convertible. It's such a well penned shape of a cabrio. Sorry, it was quick grot that.
Quick grot. There's so much of it. See, that was my first car.
Yeah.
Second jet. Oh, that's a sport.
Yes. Oh shit! That's a 2-litre 16 valve. They're quick. They are quick. That was the kind of the sleeper version of the 172.
A sleeper hit.
So basically, the object of this little trip of ours, I mean, to review this car, but you have been seriously thinking about whether this car is a car that you would live with, you'd own.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well, from first drive, I'd be seriously considering it because it would do everything that I need it to do, and it feels enjoyable and is fun. Like those are my criteria really for kind of anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, is it enjoyable?
Yeah.
Is it an enjoyable, lovely thing? And is it going to make me smile? Basically.
Yeah.
Is it? Am I gonna feel? Oh, a land train.
That's so much fun. Go around the roundabout. It's a land train. It's a land train.
So land trains, and that's the colour of my first Clio. There.
Follow it.
But so we've got a land train tailing us. We're following my old Clio.
Seriously, when is a land train not fun?
When I first went on holiday with Bella, my wife,
Yeah.
I was in two minds whether or not to tell her that when we were in a little French town how much I loved land trains. And I did make the mistake of telling her, and now she takes a piss out of me every single time we see a land train somewhere.
This is why we're
Like,
friends.
do you want to go on the land? Do you want to go on the land train, little boy?
This is why we're
and
friends.
I do.
I love the land train. I bet, because you know I've got a thing for model villages, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
And that's
There's a reason why we get on.
yeah, because it's just phenomenal. Model villages.
We
is
enable
phenomenal.
each other's
We are enablers.
thing. It's like slightly sad, slightly tragic things, but we don't find them tragic.
No.
Other people would do.
Yeah,
And you know,
it's so true.
yeah.
Oh, that's Born Identity.
And that is a Kangoo, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a Kangoo ambulance.
just reminds me of the Born Identity. Every time. Every
The
time.
Kangoo ambulance. You're not getting a person in the back of a Kangoo,
No.
really, like comfortably.
Do you think they arrive at the scene and go, do you know what? I can't get you in.
I think you have to. Yeah, you have to put. Sorry, I know you've just broken your spine, but would you mind? Oh, you're sort of in the fetal position anyway, so we'll just fold you up a little bit because they can't get the boot closed because your legs are down. Do you mind if we keep the boot open? Actually,
Boot open.
We'll put a bungee cord
But,
on.
yeah.
We'll bungee you in.
with a high vis vest
Yeah.
just flapping. Yeah, just to go. Look, there's a first gen Clio.
That's how dedicated the French are to not having over the top gauche big cars that they can't even bear having an ambulance real size.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we don't need it. It does not need to be so big. It's disgusting. It's a show. You're showing off. It's like,
Or
you can't get anyone in this.
The criteria.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's disgusting to have a big ambulance.
Criteria number one of ambulance must fit people into ambulance.
Yeah.
They go, no, I'm not having that. Right, we're sitting on a mound looking thoughtful.
Yeah.
And with the car in the background, which means it's verdict time.
Yeah.
What do you honestly think about the R5? You were excited, I was.
I'm still excited. I've had a great day, and I'm very grateful that you brought me out here to see this because it's very special, and I do think this has all the components of a hit. And I deal in hits on the breakfast show every morning.
Yes, you do.
And I can spot a hit, and I do think this has the potential to be a massive hit.
Yeah.
And it hasn't let me down.
No.
In terms of, I thought I was excited to be here. I've seen it all. I've touched it. I've felt it. I've driven it. I've experienced it, and I really like it. But it's not without its faults.
Talk to me.
I don't like the lipstick.
Yes.
I don't like it. I don't like it on my dog when he gets overexcited.
No.
And I don't like it on there.
The-
It's just a bit odd.
Yes. It doesn't have park, which I find a bit jarring. Did you know they're doing a Roland Garros edition, which is
they?
going to have a tennis racket handle instead of a lipstick?
Okay.
Now we're talking.
I'm getting that one.
Yeah.
If we're being hypercritical about some of the interior, obviously they've nailed the exterior. I love the padding on the ceiling. I love the padded dash. I like that. All feels premium.
It does.
And unless you look down a bit, and some of the detail on the door and lower down, the plastic is a bit plasticky and a bit cheapo. A little bit.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like an old Clio. That's not bad because that's what I grew up driving. But that's fine. But
No.
you're not paying too much anyway.
But from the knee up, it's special.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My gripe is, and it's really minor, because I think the car's spectacular. It's as good as I was hoping. It doesn't have a sunroof option on launch, certainly. So no pano roof or no sunroof. And I love that headlining, but it would be nice to have a sunroof.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool car that deserves a sunroof. So I'd like that. It's at this point we should probably say to the viewers, could you like and subscribe and comment on whether you like this car or whether you don't?
I like this car. I would like and subscribe to this car.
Would you?
I'm as you know, a big fan of my i3S,
You are.
and it would have to take something very special for me to consider getting rid of that and getting something new. And I think this might be it.
Genuinely?
Yeah.
Because you were saying that.
Yeah, I think because of how where it came from. It's interesting. It's exciting. It's fun, and
Utterly French.
I think it will push things forward a lot in terms of design of electronic vehicles and the spirit of them and making sure they're enjoyable for people to. Cars are supposed to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
And that's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So if my number one thing for a thing I'm bombing around town in is I want to have a nice time in it,
Yeah.
that's sort of it. That ticks the box.
Yeah.
So I'm liking and subscribing, and you should like and subscribe to The Late Break Show, because it's not always in France, and
No, not
a lot
always.
of you will breathe a sigh of relief. It's not always with me, but it is always with this man, who I know you think is great. And if you don't like and subscribe, then you know what happens.
What?
Then this channel might disappear, and that's on you.
That's dark.
And you alone. Okay, I don't want that to happen, and neither do you. So like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and thanks for inviting me out to Nice.
It's an absolute pleasure. I didn't pay him.
Of course not.
That's true. It's a fact.
Neither did Renault.
No.
Yet. Hey Renault. I just thought maybe if you were free tonight, we could go and have a drink and then make sweet, sweet love together on the bonnet.
That's acceptable.
According to ChatGPT, that request is inappropriate and disrespectful.
Oh,
Please refrain from making such comments.
Wow.
Oh,
Gosh, it's really up.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, Renault. I've hit my testicle with a hammer. What shall I do?
According to ChatGPT, oh dear, that sounds painful. Please seek immediate medical attention if you've hit your testicle with a hammer. It's crucial to get professional help to assess any potential injuries.
Oh, gosh.
I hope you can get the necessary care quickly and recover soon.
Well, I do. Thank you.